Alright, and welcome back everyone to this second round of the Malaysia Open. I'm your commentator Ismail. Joining with me we have Bibi.
Yeah, hi.
Alright, and we're going to proceed to round 2 in the match between Brian Lee versus Sugi.
Right, Brian Lee here is a pretty well-known Malaysian player. I think to many. He has top cut several PCs in the past.
Yep.
Whereas Sugi, Ismail, would you like to introduce him?
I'm not really familiar with Sugi's accolades, but I know more on Brian because I've traveled with Brian to the Melbourne Internationals. I've seen him participate in some Singapore tournaments. I'm not so sure about Sugi's accolades and achievements.
Sugi is actually a player from Singapore. I think very well known amongst the Singaporean players. Yeah.
Absolutely. Alright, as we're going into the second round of the tournament right here, we do see Sugi's team on the right side carrying the Garchomp, Tapu Koko, Kartana, Tapu Fini, Arcanine, and Mandibuzz.
Whereas Brian here on his side of the field, he has Arcanine, Snorlax, Buzzwole, Surgetree, Tapu Fini, and Drifblim.
That makes it, we've seen 2 Buzzwoles in 2 rounds at the moment.
And also here we have, the infamous, the Seed Tapu, the core.
Yeah, the Seed Tapu core, absolutely. We do see both seed users, I would say, whereas Sugi is running more of the AFK core, the Arcanine Fini Kartana, with the Mandibuzz for support.
Yes, for Tailwind support.
Yep, both of them have their Tailwind seed users.
Yeah, that combo that's popular.
Yeah, whereas Sugi opts for the Tapu Koko and Garchomp for the more offensive, I presume, with the Kartana. Whereas the Brian side here,
he has a Snorlax, which is also picking up in popularity with that curse recycle, with the berry, the belly drum going in there.
Yep, we're going to team preview, like we said, we've already mentioned their teams. But yeah, let's talk about some team matchups here at the moment. I see like Brian does well with his Surgetree because it can hit a lot of mobs.
They can hit the Mandibuzz, yeah, definitely. And also, both teams actually have Tailwind, so we're gonna hope to see both of them match each other's Tailwinds here.
Absolutely, but in terms of damage output right here, I think Sugi has the upper
definitely,
advantage.
definitely. Look at the Kartana, the Garchomp staring down.
Yeah, that's what I mentioned. Because if Brian were to bring the Drifblim Tapu Fini, the Drifblim has not much damage output on the field.
Right.
Because sure, you can provide defensive support with like Little Wisp if you're carrying it. Shadow Ball, that's all. The fourth move is very free.
It's very free, yes.
But Sugi has a more straightforward approach. Set up Tailwind, I'm going to sweep you, that's how I'm going to go.
Yeah, and not to mention, she has the Kartana, the Tapu Koko, which is really good against, Brian's Tapu Fini here. It's staring down on those threats,
You're absolutely right. The Koko Kartana leads, not leads, as the backup attackers, they can do really, really well here. Whereas the Garchomp also could be very viable. It can hit the Arcanine. Not really Buzzwole. Buzzwole is more defense oriented. It eats Garchomps for days. With one Ice Punch, that's gonna hit like a drum.
Hurt, yeah.
That's gonna hit like a drum. So now we're going into the first game of round 2 here. Brian Lee versus Sugi.
Yes. Let's wait and see what leads both players decide to bring into this first game.
Right. Yeah, I can't really. We're definitely gonna see their seed users.
I expect to see that.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so no speed control in first turn, unless of course, he's carrying the bulldoze for the little speed drop there.
Very viable. Yep, but we do see electricity being activated on Tapu Koko. Oh, wait a minute. I don't think Sugi has a point to bring her. Oh wait, no, wait a minute.
Of course, we see the Misty Surge, coming out later because of course Tapu Fini is slower than the Tapu Koko.
Oh, I was so confused on the top row because those are not their teams.
Yeah, they're not
their teams. And I just realized Sugi did not have to bring her Tapu Fini because Brian has to bring his own Tapu Fini.
Right.
He needs to bring. If he does not bring,
he's lacking a bit on the offensive pressure there. And it's interesting because we do see a lot of offensive threats on Sugi's team. So it leads us to believe, hey, is Arcanine more bulky? Or is it also pure offense, her entire team?
It could be beneficial on bulky because some of the bulky sets with the Flabits, it still hurts like trouble.
Yes, definitely. He may be carrying, Will-O-Wisp or possibly Snarl as well.
Yep. But in terms of lead matchup here, I prefer Sugi's on board field. It puts out a lot of pressure straight up. Sure, the Arcanine can snarl, but look, the Tapu Fini cannot survive another Thunderbolt.
Yes, definitely. And do we see a Mandibuzz here?
No, it's going to go for Tailwind.
Tailwind, yes, exactly.
Very viable. Calm Mind.
Could this be a possible Calm Mind leftovers variant?
Most likely it will be.
Yes.
But I just realized that Tapu Fini is faster than the Mandibus.
Yes.
Definitely it will be faster. No, it goes for foul play.
Foul play.
Onto the Arcanine slot, yep.
So,
that did so much.
Sugi just, completely realizing that, what, I'm not going to go for a tailwind here. I'm just going to, get a bit of chip damage on your Arcanine.
Absolutely, but in terms of the board field, Sugi's in a very prime position at the moment.
Yes.
The Tapu Fini, sure, you have already set up at +1 per attack, but that,
but with the Tapu Koko on the other side of the field,
you can't do much.
Mandibus as well.
Yeah, the Arcanine sure can put up some threat, but then Sugi can easily predict it and go for a double target.
Yes.
So right now, I think Brian just played from a leg behind.
Yes, a little bit behind there. So now we just have to see what the players decide to do. Brian making his decision pretty, fairly decisively.
Yep. The Coco Mandibus lead also from Sugi also stops Brian's lead of Tapu Fini and Driflin.
Right.
You
So
realize that?
it actually covers more than one of his possible options. And we see Brian switching out here, going for the Circuitry. Now Circuitry is interesting here. I mean, we see a Fini going for the Protect. Predicting and possibly, but Sugi reading into that and just going for, Dazzling Gleam.
Yep. Now this opens the door for Tapu Fini to get Thunderbolt at distance. We do see a foul play going on to the Circuitry slot. That does almost 50%. Okay. Very interesting.
So you see, Sugi actually, knowing that, hey, Tapu Fini here may try to preserve itself, maybe protect too, So I'm just going to take advantage of that, fire off something that can cover both mons.
It is a no drawback play.
Yes.
No drawback play because the Tapu Ko and Mandibus, Mandibus is so heavily reliant on your misty terrain.
Yes.
But then Brian will bring the Tapu Fini, so there is no point for Sugi to even bring her own Tapu Fini.
Right.
Therefore, the Tapu Koko can be led and go full offense. And so we do see a Farium Z.
Yeah, that should be Twinkle Tackle coming up with the Tapu Koko there.
Most likely going on to the Circuitry slot.
Yeah,
Circuitry slot is very
at
wide.
the moment, Fini doesn't seem to be doing that
nothing much at
yes.
all. It can't do much. We will
see the Twinkle Tackle. But using the Zing right into the Tapu Fini? Could that be possible?
That will live.
that would
questioning that
definitely
play.
live. Hidden Power coming out of
That
Circuitry.
must be ground.
Could that be Hidden Power Ice? Possibly,
HP Ice.
Definitely.
Possibly predicting a Garchomp switch in on Sugi's side.
Oh wow.
Is that correct?
No, with that boost from the Calm Mind there.
But that still did too much.
Yeah,
I feel. Yeah, foul play. Now, see, the board state, sure, Sugi might have lost Tapu Koko, but the board field is still on her side.
Yes, definitely.
Because there's no way for Brian to touch the Mandibus, since Garchomp or Kartana could easily come in right now and just sweep.
And we see Kartana do come in here. Possibly, could just very well pick up the Fini and Circuitry.
Yeah, because now the Kartana is free to go for a lead play on Tapu Fini, and Mandibus can
yes,
go for a foul play.
Foul play, exactly. Yes.
That's what I'm saying. The offensive pressure on Sugi's side is really impressive at the moment.
Right. Let's talk about that Circuitry here actually. Now, what do you think Brian could potentially do with his Circuitry here to come back and pick up a bit of momentum?
Nothing much I can say at the moment because there is no speed control on Brian's side at the moment. If you were to bring his speed control,
it will be a bit tough.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Circuitry is not properly supported at the moment. It is dead fodder on the field.
And which is why Brian decides to retreat and actually bring out Drifblim here, activating the seed.
Yeah, but here's the thing, it's still a free leaf lead onto Tapu Fini.
Yes, regardless, and that will definitely pick it off.
And since you switch out your Circuitry into Drifblim, the Drifblim is so viable to the foul play on Mandibus side if he's going to go for it now.
Yes, and that's super effective.
And it's super effective.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And we see it coming right in. That will end with taking pretty unnecessary damage.
Yeah, that's why I was saying that the team matchup is definitely Sugi's
favor. It's just pure offense, just coming right at you.
Yeah, the bane for Brian's play right now is still the Mandibus, and he has no proper way to take out the Mandibus at the moment.
Right.
Sure, your answer is Circuitry, but Sugi has Garchomp over there, has Arcanine over there,
which can deal with that.
Yeah, and also has Kartana. So the board state is still on Sugi's favor, obviously. Yeah, sure.
So here, Brian probably thought, you can pick off my Fini, I'll bring in Arcanine, intimidate you, and try to move from there.
Yeah, maneuver from there, but it's a little too late.
It's a little bit
because the board state on Brian, they're all weakened.
Yes.
They're all in range.
Weakened, whereas Sugi there has something, untouched at the back.
They're pretty much untouched.
Yeah, pretty much untouched.
Let's be frank, they're pretty much untouched, and there's no way for Brian to maneuver out of the situation.
Though it could be possible that Brian is simply trying to fish for a bit of information as well. knowing that, I'm not going to give up just yet. I want to see what I can do to come back in game 2.
Yep. We do see Sacred Sword going on to Dark Knight. We do see a berry being proc.
Could it be the
Information.
Margleberry? Which is
Copy
very
figure or
pretty popular.
the
Oh,
Aqua.
Aqua, which also a popular option.
We do see a Vocal. It's
Yeah,
possibly
so that was his form of speed control. One off.
one off, but
Yeah.
you still do not touch
Yeah,
Mandibus.
yeah, you still don't touch. Yeah, it's not the best form of speed control.
Yeah, because the Mandibus right now is in
Possibly,
prime
yeah.
position at the moment. There's no way on Brian's field to touch the Mandibus per se.
See, Brian now here, he needs to pick up the Kartana and, get rid of possibly the Garchomp at the back. As,
Because if you were to lose the Drifblim at the moment,
Yes,
you lose your Garchomp itself.
yes, yes,
Because by the time the Kartana is Flare Blitz, it's knocked out.
yes.
If Sugi has Garchomp in the back, Garchomp comes in and says hello.
Yeah, says hello. Could
Right?
just,
So that's
could
where
just drop slide there. And,
absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, I still don't see a way. We've seen HP Ice on Circuitry.
Yes.
Most Garchomps nowadays tend to be bulky. They tend to
Yeah, if it's a assault vest even.
not necessarily assault vest. They
If
can easily
it's
pump in special
yeah,
defense.
they could
can
even
live,
to survive
hit
against
power
the
ice.
ice, yeah.
So yeah. Oh, so we do see Kartana being switched out, possibly the Garchomp.
Possibly predicting the Flabbits, which is a fairly obvious play right there.
Yep, absolutely. Shadow Ball going on to
The Garchomp.
onto the Garchomp slot. Wow, that is really bulky. Oh, we do see a Spadef drop right here.
Possibly predicting, hey, you may be sashed, I want to chip it and then take it
You're
out.
right. You're absolutely right. We do see a Flare Blitz going on to the Mandibus. That did about 30%.
Right. Oh, I'm surprised that, he didn't just go straight into the slot if he didn't predict it to switch out.
Yep.
Oh, surviving on 2, that could be a low roll.
Yep. But now, the Arcanine is in such a low condition of HP.
Yes, exactly.
And you've already propped your berry.
Yes.
And in terms of offense, the Arcanine will have to go for a Flare Blitz on 1-1, and it's still going to knock itself out.
Nothing can really touch the Garchomp right now. That's the thing.
The
Even
Garchomp.
if Brian has the tailwind.
Yep. And still, Circuitry, if you want to outspeed Garchomp, you still need to pull off a Bulldoze.
Right.
And Arcanine cannot Bulldoze at the moment.
Yes.
It's just too low. So yeah.
So Garchomp here can just fire off a rock slide.
Yeah.
And
So-
I think that's another foul play.
Yep. So the Garchomp Mandibus core right here is so strong on
Yes.
Sugi's side at the moment.
Drifblim with a disable there. So no foul plays for Sugi. But Garchomp going for the Earthquake.
Arcanine is not gonna live here. I don't think it's it
It
shouldn't
won't.
live.
If it's
It should not.
definitely shouldn't. Even if it's.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
It shouldn't live. Yeah. So now Zakitri comes back. Sure. Oh wait a minute. Have we seen a Z move on? We have. Tapu Koko.
From Tapu Koko, but not on Brian's side of the field.
No, yeah, that's the point. Yeah, it still doesn't matter. Sure, you
Yeah.
can disable the earthquake, but Sugi could easily go for a rock slide.
Right, and not
So what?
not to mention, she sells Kartana at the back there.
Yeah, the Katana can seal up the
That
game.
yes, especially since it's at full health, and possibly with a sash attack as well.
Yeah. So I still don't see how can Brian
Brian come
improve.
back
No,
from
no,
here.
no, come back in this round.
Yeah.
But even in the second
How to
round,
improve his matchup and play.
I still don't see the way because you see that the Mandibuzz doesn't rely on the misty terrain to be
Right.
bulky and set up the tailwind.
Yes.
Drifting
But
needs.
Drifblim needs that. Yes, correct.
Yeah. So that's where the predicament comes into play. I really can't.
I think for Brian's best bet is I think he needs to go tailwind from the start and move from there because he didn't bring Drifblim from turn 1. He only brought it later on into the game. Then he lost a bit of momentum because generally Sugi's team is much faster than Brian's team anyway. Yeah.
And in terms of team Mon selection in the matchup right now,
Yes.
from what we've seen that Suki has brought, Bowser would have been very viable here.
Yes, exactly.
But here's the issue. Suki has Z move.
Yeah.
Designate. That will one shot.
That would just
that will
take-
one shot
yeah,
5 puzzles.
Yeah,
No problem.
5 puzzle, yes.
Yeah. So if Brian could maneuver away, because I don't think Zakitri did much at all in that matchup.
Yes.
There was, I'm sure you need Zakitri to touch the Mandibuzz.
Yes.
But other than that, I can't justify a point.
Of having circuitry.
Tapu Fini.
Oh yes, Tapu Fini. Tapu
What
Fini,
was Tapu
yeah,
Fini
with
doing there?
Kartana, with Tapu Koko. I mean, it was very restricted, and there wasn't much that he could dish out.
Yeah, so this is where the sacrifice might have to be made. When Brian sacrificed the Tapu Fini going to round 2
Yes,
because it
and-
did nothing. It was
Yes,
death
yes.
fodder over there. And if you realize, Sugi only targeted the Tapu Fini's partner.
Yes.
At all times,
Knowing
there was
that,
no point.
Tapu Fini can't do anything to me, so I'm just gonna take out, the partner.
Absolutely. So going into the second round, Sugi could easily leave with the same team. No issue. Her matchup
Her
was
leads were
very,
really
very
good. It
strong.
covered several options there.
Yeah,
You know,
she is not Fini reliant. She could easily go for a Kartana or a
Right.
Garchomp lead with Mandibuzz.
Definitely.
The Mandibuzz is definitely going to come. It will come. Because it's so good in the matchup at the moment. There is nothing on Brian's side of the field that can touch the Mandibuzz at the moment that I can
Brian
see of.
could consider leaving the Fini out and bringing Buzzwole if he can conserve it from that,
From the
triple
Tapu
tackle.
Koko.
Yes, correct.
Alright, as we've this is their teams again, like we mentioned. Sugi is going to bring the Katana, the AFK core, Koko Garchomp, and Mandibuzz.
And Brian here who has that infamous Drifblim and Tapu Fini core along with that Snorlax, Circuitry, Buzzwole, and Arcanine.
Yep. I still don't see the synergy in Brian's team.
team.
I don't see how they all bode well.
Yes.
Because sure, you have Fini and Drifblim for the tailwind matchups, but the Buzzwole and Snorlax, they do not benefit it much.
Possibly to help with trick room matchups. Yeah. That seems to be the only thing.
But trick room matchups, you have like strong trick room matchups which has like Gigalith, Torkoal. Most of them can dish out so much offensive pressure onto the Buzzwole.
And Fini may even be carrying Taunt, so no
right.
trick room for
True.
you. Yeah.
True. We've seen Taunt on the top of on Brian's
Yeah.
side. But yeah, we'll have to see how will Brian change the matchup going into round 2 because Sugi's team composition is really, really strong.
Yes, it's very strong and reliant on offense.
Yep, it's full offense oriented if you realize. And she has also ways to prevent Trick Room from going up, if
Yes.
you realize.
With that Mandibuzz.
Mandibuzz, yeah. Okay, so we do see the Fini and Drifblim.
Mandibuzz and Fini. Oh, she decides to bring Tapu Fini here. A little bit of a switch from Sugi's end. This would mean that she probably ought to not bring, possibly previously would be Kartana, Tapu Koko, and Arcanine, I think. Yeah.
Yep.
So she probably decided to leave out one of them. In which case, I think possibly would have been the Arcanine. It seemed to have done the least work.
Yep, you're right, you're absolutely right. Arcanine would have done the least amount of work at the matchup at the moment.
Yes.
But I still think the Koko
Oh,
Mandibuzz
the Koko lead was definitely
so
strong. It was
sweet.
so sweet and strong. Brian just switching that out, going into the Circuitry. Hey, you know what? Circuitry does a good job against Tapu Fini and Mandibuzz. I'm going to bring it in. And possibly seeing them match tailwinds here.
Yep. Most Zekitris nowadays tend to carry the tail glow set.
Oh, Drifblim avoids the muddy water.
Alright, as we do see, Zekitri going to take the muddy water. And it does about
About 40%. Above, a little above 50.
Oh, we do see Taunt going on to the Zekitri spot right here.
The Calm Mind from the Tapu Fini previously.
Yeah, but now that the Zekitri is taunted, it cannot go for attack, it cannot go for tail glow if it wants to set up. But then again, seeing the muddy water damage,
yes, that
did so much.
Yes,
I'm sorry, it did too much. You cannot survive an onslaught of attacks from Tapu Fini and Mandibuzz at the moment.
But bear in mind that Drifblim has a tailwind up, so Circuitry could play around that.
No, but here's the issue, right? Mandibuzz and Tapu Fini on Sugi's side will not target the Drifblim. It's dead weight at the moment. There's no point to target the Drifblim. It's gonna focus its attacks on Circuitry. It makes more sense.
Though we have not seen any Z move here from Brian's side, so interesting to see. Circuitry being one of the more common Z crystal users. Is Brian actually carrying the Electrum Z on his Circuitry?
We see the timer timed down on Brian's end. Yeah, the timer timed down on Brian's end, so we do not know if see the Drifblim did not go for its initial attack. And we do see a Thunderbolt going on to the Tapu Fini and it's
Mandibuzz
match up
tailwind. Oh, that was really bad for Brian there. Couldn't capitalize on that, but now that Sugi matches the tailwind, he has to play from behind again.
Like I mentioned, I think the bane of Brian's existence is still that Mandibuzz. And seeing as how it's got the special defense increase, I don't think that even an Electrum Z can knock out.
Knock it and Oko it on this one.
Yeah, so
he would need to double into it. And even that, we are not sure if Drifblim here will dish out enough damage to.
Yeah, sure, it will outspeed for sure, but I don't think it will knock it out at all. We do see Shadow Ball. Is it going to target the Mandibuzz? It does.
It does recognize that.
That did so little.
That did so little. With that special defense boost that did.
Okay, now we do see Electrum Z
from Brian's end. So Circuitry is going to go for that Gigavolt half of that. possibly targeting the Manibus if he recognizes that, you know what, Manibus here is the thing that I need to get rid of as soon as possible.
It's definitely going to go, but I doubt seeing the Shadow Ball damage did so minuscule.
Little, yes.
What?
He goes into the. Well, it does take out the Tapu Fini, but here again, how will Brian play and deal with that Manibus here? That's the challenge.
I see why. He was
Oh,
banking.
he wants the special attack boost so that he can dish out.
So now the top is going to go on to the Executive Star.
The drip limb here. This is a turn of events.
I really can't understand the plays on both ends, but sure, it happened. Okay.
It happened.
So foul play did 50% to drifting. The Manibus is putting out so much offense on the field at the moment. And now that the Executive is low.
Right.
It's at that amount of HP. If the dribbling parries Will-O-Wisp, it kind of Will-O-Wisp in under misty terrain.
Right, exactly.
So the Garchomp is so protected.
Safe.
It's so
protected.
safe.
Yes.
Yeah. And if you want to switch in your Intimidate user on the dribbling end, so what? It's still weak to Earthquake.
Yes,
That's the issue. Yeah. If you have Buzzle here, that could be a
You know,
point.
an Ice Punch into the Garchomp seems good.
Like I said, Buzzle is here. Buzzle is inside. Buzzle is now. Buzzle is inside. Buzzle is now Swagger.
Swagger, so it's the Swagger Misty Terrain play
Okay,
here
so
on
that's
Brian's
the
end.
strat.
So that is his strategy, which he, did not reveal in game 1.
Earthquake. Buzzle's gonna eat that. Buzzle's gonna eat
definitely
that.
gonna eat that up. And next turn he could easily just Ice Punch whatever on the field.
That did so minuscule. Wait a minute. If Manibus is faster than Buzzle, foul play will go into the Buzzle.
And that will do massive chunks of damage there.
Exactly.
And Tailwind Peter's out for Brian first. Oh, and Sugi here.
So I thought the momentum was going to be on Brian's side, but Sugi says nope.
Nope. And if Brian, does carry Protect on that Buzz roll, which we're not sure, but if he does carry Protect,
most Buzzles nowadays tend to be the Assault Vest variant.
But if Brian miraculously has a Protect, even that could possibly save him because Sugi here could easily just switch in his Tapu Koko and play from there.
Absolutely. But yeah, that turn would have been so well off if he had the speed control disadvantage. If the Buzzle would have been faster than the Manibus.
Yes.
But seeing as how the board is right now, I don't think that's happening.
Yeah.
Garchomp is going to go for a Rock Slide.
Probably get chip both monsters.
Chip on both monsters. That was a critical
hit
Tapu
on
Fini.
Onto the
Tapu Fini, yeah.
So, Buzzle with the Leech Life. Into the Mandibles. Probably get a bit of HP back.
Oh wow, that did a lot.
That did a lot. Bear in mind, it is at least.
It's at +2, definitely. So Buzzle is inside, Buzzle is now, Buzzle is here.
I am here and I will Leech Life and Ice Punch everything on the field.
Yeah.
And also Sugi's Tailwind run out?
Yeah, Sugi's Tailwind runs out, but she could easily go for it again. Now, Sugi's answer to the Buzzle is still the Z move Tapu Koko.
Yes.
She has not burned the Z move. If she has Tapu Koko right now, she needs to bring it in right now. We need to see Buzzle.
Yes, definitely.
We need to see Tapu Koko right now.
See the Tapu Fini.
That did so much damage. Leech Life going on to the Manibus. Oh, Buzzle is still faster than Manibus.
Actually gonna pick it up here. Yeah, picking it up. Manibus goes down here.
Yeah, sure. The point I wanted to make was that the
Manibus
Buzzle was
generally faster than...
No, the Buzzle was faster than Manibus.
Yes.
I didn't know that. Alright. So we do see Moonblast gonna
go into the Garchomp.
70% give or take. So it comes down to Sugi's last one. Does she have
Tapu
Koko?
Koko? Exactly.
That's the answer right now she needs.
And we'll see her.
And seeing as how do you see that? Yeah, Tapu Koko. Okay, yeah. I don't think even in Assault Vest Buzzle can live
a twinkle tackle
from Tapu Koko. I don't think it can live. No.
That will hurt. That will really hurt.
Yeah, because right now it's a very obvious play, right? The Z move, the Buzzle, Poison Jab, the Tapu Fini.
Yes, and both monsters will definitely go down there. It's very straightforward play for Sugi here.
Yeah, you can't even protect the Tapu Fini since it was haunted.
Yeah.
So it's so we'll have to see whether can Buzzle live the attack.
Yes, if Buzzle can live that attack, then Brian may have actually
no, he decides
to switch out to the circuitry.
I think Brian is thinking that, hey, oh no.
Preserving maybe thinking, hey, what if I could preserve that triple tackle for later? Oh, that was a very brilliant play from Sugi.
Sugi played that really well.
Predicting that Brian would definitely switch here. Yeah. So
That
I'm not
was
gonna waste it yet. I'm gonna wait till you bring it in later on, and now I'm gonna go for Twinkle Tackle.
yeah.
That was really well played on
That
Sugi.
was well played on
Yeah.
Sugi's end right there. Huge props to her, but wow, yeah, that's just a wow. Because I thought that was a free Zemo, but then
Yeah.
Sugi realizing that he has a switcher in Mon at the
Yeah,
back.
exactly.
He could easily capitalize it off the switch in.
Yes.
But wow, that was well played on Sugi's end.
Had Sugi gone for the Twinkle Tackle into the circuitry
Yep.
there,
Now is it? Now's the time.
now's the time.
Coco is here. Coco is now. Zemo is here.
Had she gone the Twinkle Tackle into the circuitry slot, she would have burned it there.
She would have burned it, and the
Yes.
buzzer could easily survive
Yes,
the dazzling
exactly.
beam.
That was very well played on Sugi's end.
Yep.
Twinkle Tackle. Oh, into the puzzle. I feel that.
I doubt it will win.
I feel that. Oh,
Yeah, there goes down
there
Basel.
goes Basel.
Basel wins the win condition when the Tapu Koko is not on the field.
Yes.
Just that.
Very well played from Sugi.
That was it's just the team matchup was not in Brian's favor
Yes,
at all.
definitely not in Brian's favor.
Because of
Sugi's
the Mandibus.
Yes, the Mandibus as well.
The Mandibus, which was supported really well with the Tapu Koko.
Yes.
That was Brian's downfall.
Yes, that was Brian's downfall and Sugi's win. Well, not only her win condition, the rest of the team did, they put on a lot of offensive pressure.
No, because
That really helped.
by then, Sugi would have already chipped all of
Yes.
Brian's mons
Yes,
where the back
exactly.
can sweep. That's why I said
Yes.
the strong full offense on Sugi's end,
Definitely.
Brian cannot be stopped.
Yes.
Because Brian's team, if you realize, had a lot of setup involved.
Yeah, a lot of setup. It's not as
Online,
offensive.
tailwind,
It
you need to
relied on
set
the
up.
setup to be offensive. Yes. That
Yep.
too.
Alright, so we're going to interview Sugi shortly for winning her second round. We look forward to interviewing her and see how her plays and play style and
Her thought
matchups.
process.
Yeah, her thought process was all involved in the matchup. So we can't wait to interview her shortly. We'll see you in the interview.